In a city where commercialism is a religion and celebrities as God, there is a video podcast focused on the heart and soul of gay culture. Art from the Heart NYC. From the vault.
Why did I leave the ballroom scene? Well, there was quite a few reasons. One, it was starting to get very negative at the time, and then one thing that I cannot deal with is a lot of shade. Also, a lot of animosity between houses, just unnecessary things that, I'm tough in some aspects, but in a lot of other aspects I'm not. So, and then my career was taking off at the same time. And I said, if I'm going to actually do any contributions, I need to get my career afloat first and then see what happens later if I'm going to come back or not. Why is the ballroom scene self-destructive? Not all of it, but do you have your element there that do not consider a house a family? They consider it more of a gang and feel that it needs to be a gang, so they need to fall more towards violence, drugs, and everything else. And that's one reason I also left the scene back in the day, especially within my house. There was newer members, and I had closed my house because I built a reputation of, one, we work hard, two, we buy everything that we're supposed to get, three, everybody needed to be in school or attempt a regular job or everything. But when I turned my house over to very competent people, but there was people that were coming in that were not up to standards, meaning they lived for the scandal, they lived to do drugs, they lived to mob, they lived to do things that I wasn't a part of or not saying. In other words, just a lot of the negative aspects of ballroom community. And the funny thing is, it's in everyday life. Everything is in this world is self-destructive. But at that time, because that was the community that I was in, I saw a lot of negativity that I couldn't deal with. And I said, you know what? I need to leave this alone for a while, pursue my career, come back. As far as why the ballroom is self-destructive now, media generation. Look at what you see on TV all the time, violence. So if that's what they grow up in, that's what they're going to give. And they don't realize you can get more with creativity, which that's the positive side of the ballroom scene and the houses, than you do with the self-destructiveness or just being outright destructive to other people. I think if these kids or adults would realize that if we stuck together as real families, not just within your own house, but all the houses pulling together, you'd be surprised what we can get. Put the egos aside, put it in check. You'd be surprised what we can get politically, financially, everything, if you pull it together and stop being negative. Because you know what, darling, anybody can get a trophy. You just got to go to the store and order one. There's no reason to be evil over a trophy and hit somebody over the head for maybe cash. You know you're good. In your heart, you're good. That's all you need to know. I believe that you shouldn't let the icon or legend status overwhelm you. I am so honored that they feel that I'm a legend and an icon. And maybe what they're seeing is that I do keep myself grounded and the ego in check, because you know what? It's funny because of my boss, Malcolm McLaren, and Patricia Field, I've got to work with people that should have egos up the yin-yang. I performed for Prince Johannes of Germany, and he gave me a dinner with Keith Haring and Malcolm McLaren, of course, because they were best friends, and he's royalty with bloodlines that go centuries back. And he gave me a dinner before he died with Princess Gloria Van Taxis and treated me like an equal. When I mean on his level, I had no idea he was royalty till Malcolm pointed it out. And then also my Johnny Walker Red tour through Spain. I performed for the royal family of Spain. And again, these people treated me like I was an equal, a kid from the projects. So I don't see egos. I don't see nasty attitudes about I'm this and I'm that. I consider myself a normal, everyday person, and plus also keep the ego in check because my mother will roll over my ass with a wheelchair and saying, I will bring you down from where you think you climbed.
In a city where commercialism is a religion and celebrities, that's God, there is a video podcast focused on the heart and soul of gay culture. Art from the Heart, NYC. From the vault.